This is the Lifeline bike repair stand. It's about $115, €105 I paid for it. It has a plastic grip here and is made of aluminium. It's pretty lightweight and you can fold it too. And it's dusty, as you can see. I haven't used it for a year, but I used it a lot last year when I was here, and I enjoyed using it. It's very light and useful, and the main thing is it's cheaper than Park Tool, and it's foldable so that you can take it with you, and because it's so lightweight, it's easy to carry around. So it has these quick release functions, one here which allows you to change the angle of the grip, which is useful. This quick release function where you put the bike in and you close it. This one down here is for bringing this up and down, and there's one at the bottom here which brings the whole thing down into its foldable position. So the quick release levers are useful, just putting it away quickly and moving it into the position you want. So this is a heavy bike, which is a good test for it. Whoa.
That was not supposed to happen, was it?
So this is a heavy bike. Should test it. You lock it in. Obviously you can turn this vertically so that you could use the seat tube as well. And so you can see it's pretty solid. I mean, obviously if you're going to work on something that's going to put a lot of pressure on it, say you're pushing down on the crank or you're trying to get the pedals off and you're moving it like this, yes, it will move, but generally for light work it's pretty good. And I've never had a problem with it falling over. If you wanted, I suppose you put sandbags on the legs, that would stop it from moving, but it's pretty good for its weight. You know, I think it's nearly as good as the Park Tool one, the PCS-9. So yeah, I think it's a good bike stand. So now I'm going to fold it up. This comes down. And then the legs. Will come in like this. It's a bit stiff because I haven't used it so long, but it's an honest, you know, look at it. And there it is folded. That's pretty good. So here we have the Park Tool PCS-9, which is about $180. I got this one used, but it is about a third more in price than the IceToolz one I just showed. It's made of aluminium and it's got longer legs, you can see there. It has a rotating clamp, which on this one is actually pretty stiff. Is the one feature which has a problem. It has that same quick release at the back here, which enables you to rotate. This does not flip down and fold like the IceToolz one, which could be seen maybe as a disadvantage because it doesn't fold as well and is not as easy to fold actually, primarily because of this locking nut here, which is a bit of a pain when you want to pack it up, and you've got to lift it up, and you've got to get the legs out back into the folding position. Not an easy thing to do quickly maybe, but still, you know, it folds pretty well, and it's probably just a bit more rugged, probably better quality all round, and a bit more stable. I'll put a bike on just to see what it's like. So this one is not the spring type clamp, but it's a rotational grip, which you have to do to tighten the clamp on, and that's pretty secure. And you could obviously put it here as well on the seat tube if you wanted, and you can see it's pretty secure, it's pretty stable. Unless you're going to do some really heavy work on it, it won't really move. And it works well. But is it any better than the IceTool one, which is $60 less? I think they're about the same, to be honest. I mean, this is better quality, probably lasts longer, slightly more stable, but both of them are just as good as each other, I think, for working on bikes at this level. I would say I'd just get the cheaper option and just make sure that the legs on the IceTool are weighted down. So yeah, I hope that helps. Here's the locking nut. It's got to be pushed. There it is, out. Push this down. This doesn't fold, like I said. So there it is, and you find that these legs flap about a bit. Not the easiest thing to handle, but so is it worth paying extra $70 for the Park Tool? I'm not sure really. I think it will probably last longer in the end. As far as working on bikes at this level, I think they're both about the same. The longer legs of the Park Tool helps a bit, but yeah, I would say I would go for the cheaper IceToolz option myself if you're on a budget. But the Park Tool is probably a superior stand, but I feel like it's a bit too expensive to justify paying another $70 when they both do more or less the same job. Cheers.